God reveals the root of hatred in these 10 powerful verses. 1. 1 John chapter 4:20. Whoever claims to love God yet hates a brother or sister is a liar. Hatred often exposes a disconnect between our words and our heart. True love for God cannot exist alongside bitterness toward others. 2. 1 John chapter 2:9. Anyone who claims to be in the light but hates a brother or sister is still in the darkness. Hatred grows in spiritual darkness. When love is absent, it reveals that light hasn't fully taken root in the heart. 3. Proverbs chapter 10:12. Hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers over all wrongs. The root of hatred is often pride and offense. Love, however, chooses peace over division and healing over hurt. 4. James chapter 4:1. What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? Hatred begins internally. Uncontrolled desires, jealousy, and selfishness can grow into conflict and resentment. 5. Galatians chapter 5:19-20. The acts of the flesh are obvious: hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage. Hatred is a fruit of the flesh, not the spirit. It reveals a life not fully surrendered to God's transforming power. 6. Titus chapter 3:3. We lived in malice and envy, being hated and hating one another. Hatred often comes from brokenness and a cycle of pain. Without God, it becomes a pattern that spreads from person to person. 7. Matthew chapter 5:22. Anyone who is angry with a brother or sister will be subject to judgment. Hatred doesn't start big, it begins with unchecked anger. What we tolerate in small emotions can grow into something destructive. 8. 1 John chapter 3:15. Anyone who hates a brother or sister is a murderer. In God's eyes, hatred is deeply serious. It destroys relationships and reflects a heart far from love and life. 9. Leviticus chapter 19:17. Do not hate a fellow Israelite in your heart. Rebuke your neighbor frankly so you will not share in the guilt. Hatred often hides in silence. God calls us to deal with issues honestly instead of letting bitterness grow inside. 10. Ephesians chapter 4:31. Get rid of all bitterness, rage and anger, along with every form of malice. Hatred is rooted in bitterness. Healing begins when we choose to release those emotions and allow God to renew our hearts. Final thought. Hatred doesn't appear overnight, it grows from seeds like anger, pride, jealousy, and hurt. But God calls us to something higher: love, forgiveness, and a transformed heart.